Welcome back from that break. It's still Innovate here on Urban TV. For What's Up this week, it's the Girls Bar Camp that was held at the Resilient African Network here in Kampala. It arose from the criticisms that came from the first ever screening of the Higher Education Solutions Network movie that was held at Makerere University. This was because the number of boys that were there were more than the number of girls that attended, and yet in actual sense it was meant for the girls. So they sat down to ask themselves, why are women shying away from leadership? This is how it went down. Addressing these challenges as ladies in leadership and in the know on how to change the way girls do their work, the bar camp started with an icebreaker where the girls played games that encouraged group work. Quite a number of initiatives for girl groups have come up, from WOPA to girl gigs to AFCHICS, all in the name of helping girls rise up. But different reactions arose on how to scale and make these women empowerment initiatives sustainable, and also why the girl empowerment drive is not as efficient as earlier anticipated.
In my opinion, the problem is not with us, the girls that are interested in these initiatives. I think the problem is starting from above. What exactly is happening above in the leadership of these organizations that is not keeping the girls rooted onto the programs?
Your group members need to feel a part of the team. So how much are they involved in the activities? Now, if they are not involved and all you have to do is call for the meeting or for that conference, everything is already set up, they don't have a say, I think that's where they then tend to deviate.
Do girls know what they want, or do they want to be spoon-fed? Victoria emphasized the fact that need supersedes passion. At the end of the day, it's about what puts food on the table and what you want to do.
Sometimes I think for the ladies, it's less, it stops being about what am I passionate about to what can actually bring food to the table. I don't know how true that is, but in my opinion, that's how I feel.
This called for mixed reaction from the girls that attended, especially on persistence, sticking to your goals, and addressing cultural norms because hard things are meant for men. All this should be done through individual development by finding out who you are and what makes you tick, as well as being honest with oneself.
I've come out to know that actually you could find when everyone that is around here had maybe has had a history of persistence somehow. Since primary, since secondary, you have been persistent. I had very many falls in the back, but then I didn't look at that because I'm a person who like excellence. I'm a perfectionist. I will go at something and not give up. I've just been telling my friend today, and I'm like, when I start something, I don't care. I have to finish it.
Once you understand that it's a culture mindset that needs to be switched, then you think about individual development. The individual development of the men versus the women is different because of this culture.
Technology is a fast-moving industry, so things keep changing. But are girls adjusting with it, or they prefer to stay in convenient positions and afraid to lead? And do these girl students after university know what lies ahead, or they expect everything to come on a silver plate? And also, the education system in Uganda that incorporates girls in a system whereby all is predicted to be in a straight line: study, finish, then get a job.
Maybe that is why when they get out of it, they are shocked. They expect to get jobs. And they tell them to sit there and start, this is your computer, and start working. Yet, to me, I think technology is more about innovation. What can I do? What do I have? What have I learned? We are very few. So one is the education system. We go in for these courses because I made the point, the university gave it to me, my parents could afford. I do it, I finish, I get my degree, I move on. I still have my purpose.
AFCHICS as a woman group has chosen to do the underground work by training young girls on tech right from school and how to manage leadership positions amidst a male competitive world. If one can do it, then we all can do it. echoing the issue of family settings, especially stereotyping between boys and girls, where girls are limited to particular work.
It's amazing how the kind of response we get from these young kids. Like of the recent event that we had, where a student wrote in the feedback that I actually thought ICT is only for teachers. You see? So that's how much they don't really know.
German car maker Daimler has unveiled what it calls the world's first ever self-driving truck that has been authorized to be used on public roads. The groundbreaking vehicle in the US state of Nevada. Check it out. The Freightliner Inspiration truck was launched on the iconic Hoover Dam, an hour's drive from Las Vegas, said Wolfgang Bennett, head of Daimler's truck and bus division. The Hoover Dam provides the ideal setting for a debut, as significant to the trucking industry as this, he said. Not only was it built primarily using trucks, but it signifies inspiration like few other structures in the world. To show the significance and opportunities of autonomous driving functions, for the global trucking industry we are willing to go ways that people did not dare to think about before, he added. The Stuttgart-based company said in a statement that Nevada had approved 2 Freightliner Inspiration trucks for regular driving on public roads.
We want to do everything to make the life of a driver better and safer, and that is a great system to support the driver and to increase driver awareness and reduce his fatigue. So I see a huge market for that.
The vehicles have smart systems, including sensors and active speed regulators, and are authorized for use without a human driver, although one has to be present to monitor the system and take the wheel if necessary. The authorization to drive on roads in the United States is an important step for self-driving trucks, said Bernard. Daimler, whose vehicles include the high-end Mercedes-Benz range and compact smart cars, is also the world's biggest maker of trucks with brands including Mercedes-Benz, Freightliner, Fuso, and Barat-Benz. The German giant is a pioneer in self-driving technology, both in cars and trucks. In an interview in the German Business Daily, Handelsblatt Bernard trumpeted the advantages of self-driving vehicles. Besides increased safety compared to human drivers, they can save up to 5% in fuel usage.
The electronics now is in a state with the data processing and the cost of the systems that we are able to bring them into trucks. And autonomous driving will be a huge milestone towards safety. And we want to be the leader of the industry, not just in efficiency but in safety as well.
The truck driver's job is also made less tedious and therefore more attractive, he added. He added that a totally self-driving truck without the need for human monitoring will not be with us before 2025. Self-driving cars in urban settings, where traffic conditions are more complex, are even further off, he added. Daimler is currently seeking authorization in Germany, similar to that obtained in Nevada, he added. The German car maker tested a Mercedes-Benz self-driving truck in Germany in July, but on a stretch of motorway with no other traffic on it. With using the internet these days, things are less idealistic, given the fact that cybercrime has become a daily threat. Well, if you're out there and you use the computer and have to use the internet on a daily basis, there's need for you to know about cybercrime. Lucky for you, today we tell you how to go about it, and in case you're a victim of it, how you can get out of it.
Back in the early days of the internet, things were simpler. The web was a place of limitless possibilities for those who were connected, and governments were still working out how to legislate for it. Companies like Apple and Facebook were founded by college dropouts in garages or university dorm rooms, while Google's corporate motto was "Don't be evil." These days, things are less idealistic. Large parts of the web are controlled by corporations, cybercrime is a daily threat, while governments are aiming to track online activity, as seen in secret documents leaked by whistleblower Edward Snowden. For web users, this is the new reality, where cybersecurity is part of everyday life.
Chances are these kinds of privacy-invasive surveillance and monitoring systems are in place in multiple different locations around the globe. So there's this huge opportunity for people that want to develop products for the general populace to use to secure their communications, to ensure their privacy.
Already worth over $60 billion, the global cybersecurity market is seeing growth rates of around 10% per year by some estimates. But while it is possible for users to protect themselves, surveillance and cybercrime could still have a chilling effect on the net.
This is a massive technology that has succeeded in large degree because it is outside government control and outside any single corporation's control. If we start to think of the internet as an unsafe space for our private communications and our individual expressions, then that will indeed change the way people use these tools and really take away some of the promise of them as well.
So, the internet's come a long way since those early days, and it faces unique challenges. But its usefulness means most people won't be put off using it anytime soon.
That was it for Innovate tonight. Thanks for being a part of this show, because you make it a success. Keep giving us your feedback on our Facebook and Twitter pages using the hashtag UrbanInnovate, as well as my personal handle at Kimbenda. Are you out there? Do you have an innovation that you think is worth being put on Innovate? Well, get back to us. And a quick reminder, Innovate now runs every Wednesday at exactly 3 p.m. and they repeat on Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Keep watching Urban TV.